And that was the most important thing for me, is to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day. And if I lived that way, then over time, I'd have something that was beautiful. But that was my philosophy. It seems like a pretty simple one, but if you live your life to just get better every single day, and do that for 20 years, what do you have?
Ladies and gentlemen, do you ever wonder why some people seem so positive? How do they stay motivated? What do they know that you don't? What if the secret is just a shift in perspective? Have you considered that your thoughts shape your reality? Could changing your thoughts change your life? What if you focused on gratitude instead of problems? How would that transform your daily experiences? How often do you take time for self-reflection? Do you invest in your personal growth? What if 30 minutes a day could make all the difference? Would you give yourself that time? Would you commit to a new perspective? Imagine feeling more connected, more passionate, more in control. What would that look like for you? How would it affect your relationships, your work, your happiness? Are you ready to see the world in a new light? Take this journey. Embrace the change. Your new perspective awaits.
Yeah, I had goals. I had expectations and things I wanted to accomplish, and so the outside world could not meet that, for sure. I knew I wanted to win 5, 6, 7 championships. That was my goal. For me to come out and say that, people would think I was a lunatic.
Yeah.
So no matter what they said or what they threw at me, my expectations were certainly higher.
I had goals. I had expectations and things I wanted to accomplish. What about you? Have you ever set a goal so high that people thought you were crazy? The outside world could not meet my expectations for sure. And guess what? That's okay. I knew I wanted to win 5, 6, 7 championships. That was my goal. For me to come out and say that, people would think I was a lunatic. But I didn't let their doubts hold me back. What about you? Do you let others define your limits? No matter what they said or what they threw at me, my expectations were certainly higher. So why not aim higher? Why not set expectations that push you beyond what seems possible? Here's a little secret: the only limits are the ones you place on yourself. Think about it. Are your current goals big enough? Do they scare you a little? They should. The world might call you crazy, but that's a sign you're on the right path. Do you remember when Michael Jordan set out to become the greatest? People laughed, but he didn't care. He focused on his goal, his vision. And he practiced every day, even when no one was watching. Are you willing to put in the work when no one is watching? Imagine this: you wake up every morning with a fire in your belly. You have a goal so big it keeps you up at night. What would you do differently? How would you spend your time? Every single minute of your day becomes precious. Are you ready to make that commitment? Let's talk about the inner game. It's the battle within that determines the battle outside. You see, your mind is a powerful tool. It can be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. Are you training your mind daily? Are you feeding it positive thoughts, or are you letting negativity creep in? Everyone's focusing on the outside world and how there are a lot of things in the outside world you'll never be able to control. But guess what? You can influence the outside world by controlling your inner world, your mind, your emotions, your body. You have 100% control over what you do with these things, and that's where the game is won. What if I told you that by mastering your inner game, you can achieve anything? Do you believe it? You should. Winning the inner game means cultivating mental toughness, emotional resilience, and physical vitality. Are you ready to master your inner game? Take a moment to reflect. What thoughts dominate your mind? Are they empowering or limiting? Start your day by affirming your goals. Visualize your success. Feel the emotions of achieving your dreams. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Now let's talk about setbacks. They're inevitable, but how you handle them makes all the difference. Do you let setbacks define you, or do you use them as stepping stones? Remember, every failure is a lesson in disguise. Are you learning from your failures? Think about the greats: Jordan, LeBron, Oprah. They all faced immense challenges, but they didn't give up. They pushed through. They used their setbacks to fuel their comebacks. Are you ready to turn your setbacks into comebacks? Here's another powerful tool: gratitude. Are you grateful for what you have right now? Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. It attracts positivity and opens doors to new opportunities. You start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Can you do that? Let's talk about action. Goals without action are just dreams. What steps are you taking today to move closer to your goals? Break them down into manageable tasks. Every small step counts. Are you taking consistent action every day? Remember, time is your most valuable asset. How are you spending it? Are you investing it in activities that align with your goals? Eliminate distractions. Focus on what matters. Are you making the most of your time? Finally, surround yourself with positivity. Are the people around you lifting you up or pulling you down? Choose your circle wisely. Engage with those who inspire and challenge you. Are you surrounded by greatness? So here's your challenge. Spend the next 30 minutes reflecting on your goals. Write them down, visualize them, feel them, then map out a plan. What can you do today to get closer to your goals? Take action, no matter how small. Are you ready to change your perspective on life? Remember, you have the power to achieve anything you set your mind to. It starts with belief, followed by action. Don't let doubts or external opinions hold you back. Aim high, stay focused, and keep pushing forward. Are you ready to unlock your potential?
What does losing feel like to you?
It's exciting
Why is it exciting?
because it means you have different ways to get better. There's certain things that you can figure out that you can take advantage of, right? Certain weaknesses that were exposed that you need to shore up, right? So it was exciting. I mean, it sucks to lose,
Right.
and but the hardest thing is to face that stuff. That's a really, really tough challenge.
What does losing feel like to you? Think about it for a moment. Is it something you dread, something that makes you feel like a failure, or can it be something more, something exciting? Kobe Bryant once said, "Oh, it's exciting. Why is losing exciting? Because it means you have different ways to get better." There are certain things that you can figure out that you can take advantage of, right? Certain weaknesses that were exposed that you need to shore up, right? So it was exciting. I mean, it sucks to lose, but the hardest thing is to face that stuff. That's a really, really tough challenge. What if we looked at life this way? What if we saw every setback, every failure as an opportunity to grow? Instead of being afraid of failure, embrace it. Instead of feeling defeated, feel excited. Excited about the chance to improve, to learn, to become better. Think about it. When you fail, you learn. You learn what doesn't work. You learn where your weaknesses lie. And with that knowledge, you can get better. You can shore up those weaknesses, refine your strategy, and come back stronger. So next time you face a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to get better? Shift your mindset from why me to what can I gain from this? Imagine if you approached every challenge with this mindset. Imagine if you saw every obstacle as an opportunity to grow. How much more resilient would you be? How much more motivated? How much more motivated? How much more unstoppable? Life is full of ups and downs. It's full of moments that test us, push us, challenge us. But it's how we respond to these moments that defines us. It's our ability to face adversity with courage, to see failure as a stepping stone that sets us apart. So let's take a moment to reflect. What challenges are you facing right now? What failures have you experienced recently? And more importantly, how can you use these experiences to grow? How can you turn these setbacks into comebacks? It's not easy. It's tough to face our failures, to confront our weaknesses. But it's in these moments of discomfort, of struggle, that we find our true strength. It's in these moments that we grow, that we evolve, that we become the best version of ourselves. And you can do the same. You have the power to change your perspective, to see failure not as a setback, but as a setup for a comeback. You have the power to transform your mindset, to embrace challenges, to thrive in the face of adversity. It's not going to be easy. There will be moments of doubt, of fear, of frustration. But remember, it's in these moments that we find our true strength. It's in these moments that we become the best version of ourselves. Now, it's up to you. How will you respond to failure? How will you face your challenges? Will you shy away, or will you embrace them with courage and resilience? Remember, it's not about the setbacks. It's about how you respond to them. It's about the mindset you bring, the lessons you learn, the growth you achieve. So let's go out there and face our challenges head on. Let's embrace failure as an opportunity to get better. Let's commit to becoming the best version of ourselves, one step at a time.
At what age did that goal become crystal clear?
I made that deal with myself at 13 years old.
At 13 years old?
13 years old. That's the
You
deal
were
I
crystal
made.
clear about it.
Crystal clear.
And where did inspiration come from?
The love of the game. The love of the game, the challenge. Like I would watch Magic play, I'd watch Michael play, and I would see them do these unbelievable things, and I'd say, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out. Let's find out. And so that curiosity to see where I could push this thing led me down that path, I think.
Led you down that path?
I think so.
Now, were you always competitive from the day you were born? You were super competitive?
Competitive with things that I participate in. So I'll put it to you this way. So
At what age did your goals become crystal clear? Think about it. For Kobe Bryant, it was at 13 years old. Can you imagine that? At 13, he made a deal with himself to pursue greatness. 13 years old, clear about it, crystal clear. So I ask you, when was the last time you felt that kind of clarity about your own goals? Where did Kobe's inspiration come from? The love of the game, the challenge. He would watch Magic play, he'd watch Michael play, and he would see them do these unbelievable things, and he'd say, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out, let's find out. That curiosity to see where he could push himself led him down that path. Think about this for a moment. Life is full of opportunities to push your limits, to explore your potential, to see how far you can go. But often we let fear and doubt hold us back. We question our abilities, our worth, our potential. Why do we do that? What if we approached life with the same curiosity and passion that Kobe had for basketball? What if we said, I don't know if I can reach that level, but let's find out. Imagine waking up every morning with that mindset. Imagine the possibilities. You see, the power to change your perspective lies within you. It's about shifting your focus from what you can't do to what you can. It's about embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, not as obstacles. It's about being curious, being passionate, being relentless. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. What are your goals? What are you passionate about? What challenges excite you? And most importantly, what's holding you back? Are you afraid of failure? Are you doubting your abilities? Let me tell you something, every great achievement starts with a single step. And that step begins with believing in yourself. Kobe didn't know if he could reach the level of Magic or Michael, but he was willing to find out. He was willing to put in the work, to face the challenges, to push his limits. And that's what set him apart. Are you willing to do the same? Are you ready to take that first step towards your goals, even if you don't know where it will lead? Life is too short to live with regrets. Don't let fear and doubt rob you of your potential. Embrace the challenges, the unknowns, the journey. Be curious, be passionate, be relentless. Remember, it's not about the destination, but the journey. It's about who you become in the process, the lessons you learn, the growth you experience. So what are you waiting for? Take the first step today. Set your goals, find your inspiration, embrace the challenges, stay curious, and be relentless. Remember, the power to change your perspective lies within you. Are you ready to unleash it? You can start seeing the world in a whole new light. You can start living a life of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. It all starts with a single step. So take that step today. Change your perspective. Change your life.
Well, I mean, because I think the greatest fear that we face is ourselves, actually. I think it's not anything that's external or anything that's superficial. I think the greatest fear you face is yourself, because we all have dreams, and it's very scary sometimes to accept the dream that you have. And it's scarier still to say, okay, I want that. It's scary because you're afraid that if you put your heart and soul into it and you fail, then how are you going to feel about yourself, right? So being fearless means putting yourself out there and going for it. No matter what, go for it. Not for anybody else, but for yourself.
Hey there, have you ever stopped to think about what truly holds us back from reaching our full potential? Is it the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, or perhaps something deeper within ourselves? Well, let me tell you something. The greatest fear we face is often not external, but internal. It's the fear of facing ourselves, our dreams, our aspirations. I think the greatest fear that we face is ourselves, actually. I think it's not anything that's external or anything that's superficial. Have you ever felt that nagging sense of doubt? That voice in the back of your mind telling you that you're not good enough, not worthy enough? Have you ever allowed fear to hold you back from pursuing your dreams, from taking that leap of faith into the unknown? It's scary because you're afraid that if you put your heart and soul into it and you fail, then how are you going to feel about yourself, right? Tell me, have you ever hesitated to pursue your dreams because of the fear of failure? Have you ever let the possibility of falling short stop you from even trying? But here's the thing, true fearlessness isn't about the absence of fear, but rather the courage to act in spite of it. So being fearless means putting yourself out there and going for it no matter what. It means embracing the unknown, embracing the possibility of failure, and trusting in your ability to rise above any obstacle. Go for it, not for anybody else, but for yourself. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself what truly drives you, what sets your soul on fire, what brings you joy and fulfillment? Have you ever dared to pursue your dreams not for the approval of others, but for the sheer satisfaction of knowing that you gave it your all? Life is too short to live in fear, too precious to waste on regrets. So I challenge you to take these next 30 minutes to reflect on your deepest desires, your biggest fears, and your wildest dreams. Take this time to confront the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding, to acknowledge the dreams that have been calling out to you, and to commit to pursuing them with courage and conviction. Because here's the truth, the only thing standing between you and the life of your dreams is fear. So what are you waiting for? Take that first step, take that leap of faith, and watch as your perspective on life transforms before your very eyes. Are you ready to embrace fearlessness and discover the greatness that lies within you? Thank you everyone for taking the time and energy to watch the entire video. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found inspiration in this video. If you subscribe and share this video, today when you step out on the street, you will definitely pick up 10 USD. Let's create a strong source of energy to conquer all challenges in life. See you again in the next videos. Thank you and have a good day, everyone.